Very good. I see something turned on. Okay. All right. Chapter 12, we are starting. Just a reminder, your poster, 10-point poster, is due in 2 weeks. Okay? All right. All right. All right.
You can do that as a group, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. All right. 10 point.
That are none or 10?
Yeah, I mean, you're not automatically 10, you may not get any points. It's just not, yeah, it's not that if you submit it, you're going to get it. If it's lousy, you may not get any points. Yeah. I'm not expecting, because you have to do a good job to earn credit. If it is lousy, it's just maybe 2 points, really, because I want you to put in effort to get 10 points. I mean, why would I give you 10 points, really? I mean, I'm not going to boost your grade. It's going to affect your grade. Why should I give you 10 points if it's lousy? Really? I want to use it on North Campus, I told you, to convey a message. You may not get any points. So just by submitting, don't expect that you are going to get points. Yes?
If you use it, the ones that you use, will you get extra points?
No.
Like a science fair project.
Yeah. No. Grade is your extra credit. Grade is boosting your grades, boosting your GPA. Yeah. Absolutely. That is your credit. Keep on trying. Yeah. Yes. I showed you one, right? No. Okay, I'll show you. I have received only one, which is a B. I have not received a 10. I have received 8. Okay, sure. I have only received one so far. All right. Okay. Again. Okay. Yes. 4 students. If you are there 4 students, more than 4, I don't mind, but there's something really fishy. If you have 4, there could be more than 4. I don't mind. You sure? Okay. 6, fine. No problem. I don't mind. Yeah. What? Yeah. What? Mm-hmm. What is going on?
Oh, shit. Oh. Because I don't have it.
It's, I thought it was adult. The beginning of the course is adult.
Yeah.
I thought the chapter was different, and the book, because it's a book, that's where there's a difference when the new book versus the old book. Well, way too long.
No, cannot be. Huh. They don't delete the emails, do they? If I don't find it, maybe I will try to find it and show it to you next time. No, I don't know. That's her name, but I don't see any. Yeah, I thought I had. She emailed me twice. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'll show it to you next time. I'll save it, email it to myself. I'll show it to you next time. Okay? All right. Alrighty. Let's start chapter number 12. Alrighty. All right. Kristen, can I show them yours? Work in progress, but this is C, a 7 out of 10. This is 7.
Post that or no?
Pardon me?
I mean, you can actually replicate that or whatever?
Probably not. If it is not at least 8 or 9, probably not. Yeah, yeah.
But if it's, okay, so it's good enough.
Yeah, I'll show you the one that I told you, 8 that I like. That will definitely, I will replicate and post.
Is that for your final, how does that factor into the actual grade in this class? Because it's not point different. This is not a point. This is point. Last
This is, it is point system.
This is still here.
Yeah. Okay?
Look at your.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't see it.
That was quick.
One day, your day, Professor. Tuesday was mine.
Okay.
Okay. Right, Professor?
There we go. Okay. All right.
Okay, there it is.
Darlene, lights please.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a 7?
Petri dish, on the petri dish, yep. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
So this is only a 7?
That's what I said, yep. That is 7. Yeah. Yeah.
What would you do that? Not
I will add more information. I'll probably add diseases, okay, that are caused by these, okay, right here, diseases, okay, yeah. And I'll probably change the background color, yeah. Okay, all right. But it's a good start, yeah. All righty, here we go. All right. Okay, please take one and pass it up. Thank you. Chapter 12, fungi and protozoans. Today we are going to finish fungi, and I will email you the protozoan because protozoans I need to update my notes. Fungi are fine. All right. Okay, no problemo. Sure, we can do that. All right. David, I'm going to make the whole chapter, so I'll email you the whole thing. No problem. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I have just not updated my notes, so I will. Yeah, I'm going to make the PowerPoint of the whole chapter. All right. Yeah. Fungi. All fungi are eukaryotic. They have a nucleus. All are chemoheterotrophs. You can call them heterotrophs, or sometimes they are also called organotrophs because they get their food from organic material. So organotrophs. Okay. From organic material, so organotrophs. Chemoheterotrophs or simple heterotrophs or organotrophs. They have a cell wall, but no peptidoglycan, so they cannot be stained with bacterial stains. You cannot use crystal violet. You cannot use other bacterial stains. You can use, however, special stains that are used for fungal stains, for example. Leptophenol cotton blue. This is one of the examples. Or you can simply use iodine to stain one. Sorry, this is just one name. One leptophenol cotton blue is one stain, or iodine. Okay. On fungal, to stain fungi. Yep. Their cell wall is made up of chitin, mannan, and glucan. They are complex sugar polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, or complex sugars. Saprobe is the opposite of parasite. Most are saprobes. They do not grow on. They do not need a living host to grow. They can grow on non-living organic material, piece of bread, fruit, or any other non-living organic material. Dimorphism, make sure you underline this word, highlight it. Okay. Di means two, morph means shape. Many of you missed this question on the quiz. Okay? The question on the quiz in the lab was what? And this is going to be definitely on the exam, next exam. The question was, a fungus that reproduces both sexually and asexually is called dimorphic. True or false? False. Okay. A fungus that reproduces both sexually and asexually is called dimorphic. No. A fungus that exists in two different shapes. Yeast and mold, that is dimorphic. Dimorph means two shapes. So dimorph, two shapes. For example, Candida albicans is unicellular, yeast-like at 37. When it is in human body, it is unicellular. You take the swab from a person who may have yeast infection and put it on a petri dish. What medium would you use to grow yeast? Sebarods. Very good. Sebarods agar. And you see what happens. This unicellular turns into mold, filamentous. And that change in shape is called dimorphism. Dimorphism.
Are only yeast dimorphic, or just some fungi
that will be the same thing. Some mold turn into yeast.
Do all molds come from yeast?
No, usually that term is specifically reserved for yeast. They turn into mold. Yeah. Reproduction, different ways. Sexual, asexual, okay, or both simultaneously. Can you think of a fungus that can do both simultaneously? Okay. You have seen that in lab. Anybody remember? Cryptococcus neoformans can do that, or a very common bread mold called Rhizopus, that can reproduce asexually by making sporangiospores and sexually by making zygospores. Their names are coming up. Don't have to write them right now. Okay. So many fungi, they can reproduce sexually, asexually, or both simultaneously. And most they prefer to grow at acidic pH. They are acidophiles. Chapter 6, acidophile. Most fungi are acidophile. That's why if you leave your citrus fruits on countertop for a few days, what starts to grow on it? Fungus, okay, not bacteria. Excuse me. Two reasons. Number one, most bacteria, they cannot tolerate acidic pH. And number two, this reason. Most bacteria, they cannot produce these two enzymes. One is called pectinase, excuse me, and number two, cellulase. These two enzymes are needed to break down the hard covering shells of the fruits. This is a typo here. This should be cellulase. Cellulase. Most bacteria cannot make these two enzymes, pectinase and cellulase. And that's why fungi are responsible for decomposition in nature in general. Okay. Most fungi, they are aerobic, but they are also capable of growing in the absence of oxygen, so you can call them facultative anaerobe. Most are aerobes, but they can also grow in the absence of oxygen, so facultative anaerobe. Structure of a fungus, morphology, shape. Thallus, what is a thallus? The whole body of a fungus. You can look at a piece of bread, everything that's growing on that piece of bread, spores, filamentous structures, roots of the fungus, the whole body, that is called the thallus. Okay? And each fiber of the fungus is called hypha. And there are different type of hyphae, plural. They have different functions. Some of them, they are sexual. Some of them are asexual. They have different functions. If you look at this diagram right here, okay, there are two types of hyphae. Some hyphae, they have these cross walls in them, and each cell has a nucleus, single nucleus, and these cross walls, they are called septum. And this hyphae is called septate hyphae. Structure, okay? Compartment, septate hyphae. And this one right here, no cross walls. This is called non-septate or choanocytic or multinucleated hyphae. The third one, which is not listed here, and that is called, anyone remembers from lab? That is made by yeast, unicellular fungus. Very good. Yeast, they reproduce by how? By budding. Budding. So yeast, they produce a little bud, and this bud starts to bud again. And it buds again. And it produces this branch-like structure. And this branch-like structure is called pseudohyphae, false branch. Pseudohyphae. Pseudohyphae, false branch. Now this term right here, choanocytic, right here, it's a generic term in biology. Any cell that has more than one nucleus is considered choanocytic. Choanocytic cell or multinucleated cell. Can anyone remember from laboratory structure a cell that was multinucleated? From protozoa, when we were doing protozoan lab, you saw one protozoan, actually there were, pardon me? Giardia lamblia is multinucleated, what? Good. Paramecium is multinucleated. The true multinucleated that you saw was Plasmodium vivax, early schizont. Remember Plasmodium vivax that causes malaria? The first stage was merozoite. Okay. Do you have an atlas? May I borrow atlas quickly, please? Thank you. Here. See, this is P vivax. Look at this stage right here. How many nuclei? 2. See? This is choanocytic stage. Merozoite, signet ring, trophozoite, early schizont, 2. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Mycelium, bunch of hyphae. Bunch of hyphae together, they are called mycelium. A cluster or bunch of hyphae is called mycelium. Growth and reproduction in fungi. Yeast, they reproduce mostly by budding. Sometimes they also reproduce by fission. Okay. And one cell may reproduce by single bud, or they may have multiple buds on them. Several buds on a single cell. Oh, just open the book and what popped up? Paramecium. Remember? We showed this was the slipper-shaped paramecium that we saw. Another choanocytic protozoan. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you. I was going to show you bud. That's a nice one. Yeah. Okay. That's a nice one. 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay. Now on page 334 in your book. Second method of reproduction, asexual spores. On your next exam, you will have diagrams and pictures. These are the diagrams from this chapter. These are the only diagrams I will use. 5 asexual spores and 3 sexual spores. Okay? Here are the diagrams in your book. Spores. I will not use these. Okay? Some of them are good, others are not good. Okay? So, okay. Let me show you the first asexual spore. I'll tell you, or you tell me what's wrong with this picture actually. Sporangiosspores are the spores that are supposed to be enclosed in a bag or sac called sporangium. This picture is missing the bag. Yep. Sure, help yourself, please. So this picture is missing that sporangium. Okay, gives you the impression that these spores are open spores. That's why it's not a very good diagram. Okay, this is how they are supposed to be, in a bag, in a sac. Okay, called sporangium. Spores are supposed to be inside the bag. Sporangiospores. Second type of spores, conidiospores. Conidiospores, always arranged in a chain, always arranged in a chain. That's nice, fine, I can accept that. Okay, all right. Anybody remember the name of the fungus that you saw in lab? It's in your Aspergillus and Penicillium, both spores. They always grow in chain, and you can see they are open. There is no membrane around them. Conidiospore. Next spore, look at these right here. Look at especially this shape, rectangular, always rectangular type. These are called arthrospores, right here, arthrospores. What happened is each cell right here, it just simply breaks off from the hyphae and becomes thick-walled, and these are called arthrospores. This one right here, these are made by Candida, always by Candida. Now remember, Candida I just drew on the whiteboard. Normally, how do they reproduce? Budding, right? But they also produce these spores right here called blastospores. How come? Remember, they are dimorphic. Yeast or Candida is dimorphic. So when it is inside the human body at 37, it reproduces by budding. And when it is at room temperature, it reproduces by blastospores. Blastospores. Okay? And finally, fifth one, this one really, in this case, my diagram is not very good. The reason this gives you an impression that alternate cells in a hyphae, they become chlamydospores. But the picture in your book is this one, you can see these are hyphae, and just randomly, some of the cells within hyphae, you see these swollen cells right here? Randomly, some of the cells within hyphae, they become thick, swollen, and these swollen cells are called chlamydospores. Chlamydospores. Okay? So 5 asexual spores, conidiospores, arthrospores, blastospores, sporangiospores, and chlamydospores. Let's look at them in our notes now and the examples. Sporangiospores, 2 examples, Rhizopus, nigricans, bread mold, Mucor stolonifer, dung mold. Okay. Conidiospores.
What is dung mold?
Dung mold, BS. BS, literally, dung mold. Horse dung, bull dung,
Oh,
BS,
yes.
real BS. Real BS. So farmers, I'll show you pictures of people who come in contact with dung mold. Would you like me to show you what it does? What BS does? People who, let me just, no, seriously, it's okay. Okay. See, this person has been doing a lot of BS. No, this is the person who has inhaled mucor. No. It's just fungal, yeah. Sporangial spores of mucor, dung mold. The person has just probably scratched their throat, the palate. And yeah, it's just very, very nasty. Farmers normally, they come in contact with these kind of, sorry.
That's like a worse, is it thrush or fungal disease?
Thrushes, yes. I'll show you thrush too.
Oh, they have a problem with
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
You said he probably scratched his palate.
Uh-huh.
They got that. So does that mean if you don't have any broken sores or if you're
Yeah, and let me tell you that most of these people are probably immunocompromised, diabetic people. They are not very healthy people to start with. Most fungal diseases, I keep on going fast. Okay. Let's go to thrush. Babies, yeah. Well, the birth, if the delivery is not clean, the diabetic patient, or if you just rinse your mouth with hydrogen peroxide a lot, or people who are on antibiotics. HIV people have this very common. So there are so many reasons. Yeah. Pardon me? I have a student who does this every single day.
Keep your teeth white?
I don't know. Yeah. If mom is not clean, they don't clean their glands clean. Yeah. All right. We'll talk about
Closet flush for babies.
babies.
Young kids.
I mean, if the mom is lactating, okay, dirty skin.
Is it ultimately a use?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And it'll, because I think where the top of all, because where an like a previous issue, where it turns a white box to a white box top.
Yes, of course, yeah. Okay. Now I'll show you more pictures later, so let's finish up all these. Yes. Which one? Candida albicans is the most common. Other yeasts too. There are other strains of yeast that can cause. Yes, but it is yeast. It is yeast. Yeah. Penicillium notatum is the fungus that produces penicillin. Aspergillus niger is opportunistic fungus. Okay, it normally does not cause disease, but if the person is compromised, it can cause ear and lung infection. Okay, Aspergillus. Coccidioides immitis produces arthrospores, which can cause lung infection, which may spread to the other parts of the body, and you can see the end result. This is coccidioidomycosis, arthrospores. Blastospores, candida, we already looked at that. Cladosporium wernickeii. I believe this fungus has affinity to grow on the butt. Yeah, I think. Yeah, on the butt. Yeah, this one right here. Cladosporium wernickeii, I think. Yeah. So those are your 5 asexual spores. Sexual spores are made in 3 steps. Sexual spores involves, first step, is called plasmogamy from cytoplasm. Now, when we talk about sexual reproduction in fungi, it's a true sexual reproduction. Unlike bacteria, you have male bacteria and female bacteria. Bacteria do not produce gametes, right? No sperm, no eggs. But fungi, they actually produce gametes. So you have a female hyphae, what does this symbol represent? Female, yeah, but where did this symbol come from? Huh? What does the symbol actually mean? I know it's female, they just came up with this symbol, looks pretty. It's Greek for mirror. See? Mirror and handle to hold that. No, seriously. Yeah. That is a mirror for, and this is male, shield, and arrow for male. No. Oh, yeah. That's male. Okay. Now you know. Okay. And so this is male, that's female. First step, plasmogamy. Plasma from cytoplasm. Gamy means marriage. Marriage of the cytoplasm. The 2 hyphae, male and female, they fuse. So marriage of the cytoplasm. Number 2, karyogamy. Karya means what? Nut. Remember? Prokaryote, eukaryote. What does the karyot means? Karyot means nut. Marriage of the nuts. Literally. The 2 nuts, the 2 nuclei, they fuse together. So 1 N from the male and 1 N from the female. Now you have 2 N, you have zygote now. Zygote, 2 N. And then reduction division or meiosis. That leads to the formation of sexual spore. Okay. 3 types of sexual spores. First spore, right here, that you saw in lab, this one right here, zygospore. Okay. And those fungi that produce zygospore, they belong to the group, phylum, Zygomycota. Okay. These sexual spores can be used to classify fungi in 3 major groups. One group that produces zygospore, they call Zygomycota. This is the diagram in your handout, right? Fusion of the hyphae, and here's the end result. Here's the second one right here. Disregard this part of this right here, okay? This is just showing you the fusion. Here are the actual spores. You see these coin-like structures, coins? These are the spores called ascospores. These are the only sexual spores that are enclosed in this bag or sac called Ascus, A-S-C-U-S, A-S-C-U-S, Ascus. And the spores are called ascospores. So which phylum or which group they belong to? Ascomycota. Zygomycota, zygospores, Ascomycota, ascospores. Ascomycota. They are made in a ascus. Ascus. And the third type of sexual spores that many of us eat on our pizza, if you like mushrooms. Okay? And they are made in the gills, okay, of the mushroom. If you take a cross section of the mushroom, right under the mushroom, there are these club-like structures, baseball bat-like structures, and the spores are made inside these clubs, and when they mature, they are discharged outside, and these spores are called basidiospores. Where are they? Basidiospores. And this is a good one right here. Right here. And the structure, this club-like structure is called what? Basidium. Right here. Basidium. And the phylum or the group they belong to is called Basidiomycota. Basidiomycota. So three groups, three phylum. Zygomycota, zygospores, Ascomycota, ascospores, Basidiomycota, basidiospores. But there's one more group, the fourth one, which is called Deuteromycota. Deuteromycota includes those fungi that cannot reproduce sexually. And that's why sometimes they are also called fungi imperfecti. It's fungi imperfecti, which is right here. This is group number 4. Group number 4, it says phylum 1, but it's actually number 4. You can label it number 4. Okay? Deuteromycota, fungi imperfecti. Okay? Why is it called fungi imperfecta? Because members of this group do not reproduce sexually. Okay? They can reproduce asexually by making different types of asexual spores. Okay? Now,
You have that still classified under section?
no, this is a new topic now. Medically important phyla. Medically important phyla. Yeah. Okay. So, under this, what I want you to know is name of the fungus and the disease that they will cause. I do not want you to know, remember this phyla, they are saprophytic, non-septate. You can cross out all this. Just remember the phylum and the two examples that I have here. Like Rhizopus mucor, they both cause lung disease. Phylum Deuteromycota, okay. Don't worry about the spores. Cross out the spores. Just Candida albicans and Coccidioides immitis, they cause what diseases. Okay. Same for Basidiomycota and Ascomycota. Basidiomycota, Cryptococcus neoformans, which is one of the most common fungus responsible for death of many HIV people. Cross out all this, the characteristics, just know the disease. Phylum Ascomycota aspergillus, which is, please add opportunistic fungus. Aspergillus is opportunistic fungus which may cause ear and lung infections. Now, the final topic of fungi is fungal diseases, which are called mycoses. All fungal diseases collectively, we call them mycoses, and they can be classified into 4 different groups based on what type of tissue is involved. Those diseases that include internal organs or deep tissues, they are called systemic mycoses. Okay. These involve deep organs, and they are usually non-contagious. For example, histoplasmosis, which is caused by the fungus Histoplasma capsulatum. Histoplasma capsulatum, which is lung infection. Okay. And coccidioidomycosis is caused by Coccidioides immitis, which is also lung infection, can spread to other parts of the body. Histoplasmosis, normally it is found in bird droppings, especially bats, wild pigeons. People who work in caves and mines are more susceptible to histoplasmosis. They have to take precautions, put on masks, or when they go to the attics, roofers, okay, attics, not roofers, people who work in attics, insulation and all that, they have to take precautions. Okay. Lung. Yeah. It cannot. Yeah. Air, inhalation. Lung infection. Yeah. Subcutaneous, beneath the skin, only dermis, not the epidermis. Hair follicle, but not the hair shaft. Nail bed, but okay. Caused by fungus, dermatophytes. You've seen the ad where the nail digger is digging the nail. Okay. Fungi are contagious. When you go for pedicure, manicure, be very, very careful. The example that you need to write down here is lobomycosis. Ooh. Subcutaneous. Under subcutaneous, the example that you need to write down is lobomycosis, and it is caused by Loboa loboi. Loboa loboi. And the second example is sporotrichosis, which is caused by sporotrichosis shinseki. Oh, one is good. Okay, one is good. Yeah. 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 Yeah, this is, I'll show you a color picture in a minute, but this is lobomycosis right there. Yeah. This is sporotrichosis. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The most common fungal diseases throughout the world are superficial. Superficial. Different people have different names for them. Okay, these are the ones that involve hair shaft, epidermal skin, epidermal layers. Some people call them piedras. The most common name is tinea. Tinea. Okay. Tinea what? Tinea, if it is nail, we will call it tinea unguium. If it is athlete's foot, tinea pedis. If it is the body, corporus. If it is the beard area, Tinea barbae, not from Barbie doll, but beard area, Tinea barbae, and so on. All right. Now let me show you the visuals of these. And the last group includes opportunistic. Those, how much time? Okay. Those fungi that normally don't cause disease, but if when you're compromised, boom, just like E. coli, as, go ahead. Yes, very contagious. Very contagious. Yeah. Opportunistic? Not really. Superficial. Superficial. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Which ones? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kissing a dolphin. Kissing a dolphin. Laboa laboi. I'll show you. Oh, let me show you. Yeah. Let me show you here.
Touch your dolphin and then touch your mouth. Touching and
Yeah, sure. Here's a dolphin. Here's a person.
the dolphin has to have that.
Do you think it can be treated at this stage? Let me ask you, how long does it take to treat athlete's foot? 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. It's not like strep throat, you can take medication, it's treated in 7 to 10 days. Fungal diseases are extremely hard to treat because fungi are eukaryote like us. They are much more similar to humans. It takes a very long time because you have to take medication in small quantities for a very long time to reduce the toxicity. Okay? Bacteria, they have cell wall. We don't have cell wall, so boom, you can just, there are so many differences, you can kill the bacteria. Fungi are like us. You cannot take medication in large quantity in short period of time. You'll kill yourself too. So you have to take medication in minute quantities for a long period of time, so you will not harm yourself. Okay, so this time, just amputation really. Okay. Lobomycosis, okay. Let's go back. That's nonsense. Tinectin, boom, gone. That's just some nonsense. It doesn't work that way. The symptoms, yeah, that's it. You will not have burning sensation and all that, but it will not get rid of the fungus itself. Yeah. Symptomatic relief. Yes, it does. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Lobomycosis. Okay. Let's look at tinea. Yesterday I typed in Tina, and gosh, the Tina showed up really good. Tinea pedis. Here we go. Athlete's foot. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. That's ringworm. I mean, we'll look at that just in a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Tinea pedis, Tinea unguium. Yeah, pedicure, manicure. Yeah. Underneath the nail too, underneath, gone.
So is that systemic or is that
No, 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 this is, yeah, this is, yeah. This is not systemic. No, no, systemic will be internal organs, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I heard that first to that nail,
You have to take pill and yeah, ointments, yeah, superficial ointments will not work. Yeah. Yep.
When my grandfather was fighting with sick, I couldn't feel him. He got fungus on his nail, it wasn't treated.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't cure it, they couldn't.
Nowadays, I heard there is laser treatment that works.
Do you know if we happen to know what that was?
I am not sure, but he must have taken oral medication to treat that. And that is not even treatable. Yeah, they have to take oral medication, all the nails will fall off and the new nails will grow. Yeah.
Why is it that so many elderly people have that at the nursing home?
Because of malnourishment, okay, they must be diseased, their immune system is compromised. Yeah.
All of
Yeah. Yeah. Antibiotic because they are because of suppressing. Yeah, immune system is compromised. This is ringworm. Yeah. Ringworms are highly contagious. Let me just put in ringworm, and I wanted to show you one. Yeah. Ooh, for a second I thought he's holding the head of a cat. Yeah. No, he's just grabbing. Yeah, okay. Yeah. How can you just keep on ignoring this? Did he not see when it was about half an inch? Yeah. That's it.
Into a thing. But there's the rest of it.
It's a joke, I think. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember seeing that.
Let's see. See. Immitis. Let's see.
Yeah, that's to realize that once it's coming to
Coccidioides immitis started from the lung.
Started from the lung.
Yes, lungs. Yeah.
So that's all the way in.
Yep, all the way in. Yeah. This is systemic, but it's just yeah. Medication, oral medication, definitely. Prolonged oral medication. Coccidioidomycosis. It says can occasionally infect the skin because yeah, it's in the lungs normally.
So can we treat it earlier?
Oh, of course, yeah. It is years of neglect, years and years of neglect, yeah.
Do people eventually die from this?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Coccidioidomycosis.
Prominent in the third world countries?
Yes, most definitely. Tinea Barbie, let me show you. If you play with Barbie doll.
What do you have the list of the different tinea?
No. This is under superficial. Under superficial. No. It just he will lose his eyes. No. He will lose his eyes. Yeah. Did we cover all? Is there anything I did not show you? Did we cover all? What the heck? What is that?
That one, no problem.
Yeah.
It's a mugshot. What is it?
No, I just type in Timmy Barbie. No, what did I type? Yeah. No, yeah.
Barbie.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You have question? Yeah, sure. Tracy.
What is the fungus that you get, like from too much sun and then it like turns into like little white?
Sunspots?
Yeah. What kind of fungus?
No, I don't think sunspots are different. Yeah.
My dad used to put Selsun blue when I was
I heard that. I heard that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let me just double check. Subcutaneous, lobomycosis done. Histoplasmosis, I didn't show you. Histoplasmosis. Yeah. Sometimes it is called fungal TB because it resembles, the doctor has to be really careful, an expert, to find out it is really fungal, because if you look at the x-ray, it looks like TB, white spots, okay? So they have to do a culture to find out, okay? And it is transferred from not necessarily chicken, but birds, okay? It is dimorphic.
All genotypes or just numbers 2 and 3?
2 and 3 only. Yeah. There was, if you like, house. One of the episodes was all about this histoplasma capsulatum. Good day. That's all. Yes.
Speaking of house, you talked about it last time you watched it. Did you see the one with the guy who brought up the jar from the sleep with, and it was filled with Fungal spores, and it brought back the tree?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Cool.
You have to. I was kind of thinking about this last time. You have to remember what.
No. I remember one about the Lyme disease that was fascinating too. Yeah. Yeah.